welcome to the evening news for today, Wednesday, March 30, 2022. I am Jemima Holmes. Thank you for tuning in. Now let's take a look at some of the lead stories tonight. If there is no opposition leader, who is government to consult on top COP PSC, AG slams PNC? Government hosts vital consultation to devise plans to address flooding in regions 2, 3, 5, and 6. GRANGER yet to write GECOM to fill opposition vacancies in National Assembly. Neighbor rescues elderly man, children from burning house at BLAIRMONT. And mother alleges neglect as 4-day-old girl dies at New Amsterdam Hospital. Now for the news in detail. On the heels of criticisms from the PNC faction of the APNU AFC opposition, Attorney General and Legal Affairs Minister Anil Nandlal has defended the appointment of Clifton Hicken as the acting Commissioner of Police by President Dr. Irfan Ali, arguing that with no leader of the opposition in place, nor a police service commission, there is no one for the head of state to consult with before making this critical decision. Here is Vanu Manichand with our lead story tonight.
Commander-in-Chief of the Armed Forces, President Dr. Irfan Ali, has appointed Clifton Hicken as acting police commissioner, as Nigel Hoppy, who was also acting as top cop, proceeds on pre-retirement leave. However, objections have been raised by the People's National Congress Reform, the leading party in the APNU-AFC coalition opposition, calling the appointment illegal and unconstitutional. According to the Constitution, the President is required to have meaningful consultations with the leader of the opposition and the chairman of the Police Service Commission in appointing a police commissioner. But Attorney General Anil Nandlal has argued that with those two posts currently vacant, there is no one for the President to consult with.
It's no fault of the government or the President that there is no leader of the opposition. It's no fault of the government or the President that there is no police service commission, because the appointment of the Police Service Commission comes through a process which again involves consultation with the leader of the opposition. And there is no leader of the opposition. The police commissioner is the person who has overall management and superintendence over the Guyana police force. He is responsible for the day-to-day management and superintendence of the Guyana police force. Therefore, you cannot have a police force without a person performing those functions.
The Attorney General noted that the President is completely justified in going ahead with the appointment of a top cop in the absence of those he has to consult with.
That the President is completely justified in proceeding to put someone to perform the functions of the Commissioner of Police. National security, public safety, and the need for there to be an administrative head of the Guyana police force would trump the need for procedural regularity. And the doctrine of necessity would justify a departure. It cannot be the law that the process will grind to a halt, or the country must go without a commissioner of police if a recalcitrant opposition cannot get its house in order and appoint a leader of the opposition.
Moreover, Nandlal also dismissed threats by the PNC to challenge Hickins' appointment, reminding that the president is only required to consult with the opposition leader and the Police Service Commission, but the choice is his exclusively to make.
The president can choose whom he wishes. There may be consequences, political consequences, based upon the choice that he makes, but there are no legal consequences. The president has a power to choose, and he has exercised that power to choose. As a matter of antecedent, Mr. Granger did the same when Mr. Leslie James was appointed Commissioner of Police.
AG Nandlal further pointed out that while the PNC has objected to Hickins' appointment, its coalition partner, the AFC, via its leader, Kemraj Ramjatan, who is a former public security minister, said that the force needed a leader and that Hickins would serve properly. Hickins' appointment as top cop acting takes effect today, Wednesday, March 30. Reporting for the Evening News, Fanu Manakchand.
Vice President Dr. Barajagdio on Tuesday addressed the national consultation on strategic flood protection measures in Regions 2, 3, 5, and 6 at the Arthur Chung Conference Center, Lilliandale, Greater Georgetown. The consultation was aimed at soliciting views from farmers, engineers, and other stakeholders as government, through the National Drainage and Irrigation Authority and other agencies, seek to develop workable long-term solutions to deal with water management and mitigate flooding. Here are the details from Luanda McAllister.
Reminding that Guyana is susceptible to the effects of climate change and of the recent devastating floods that the country experienced, Vice President Dr. Barajagdio said the time is now to design strategies aimed at better water management, particularly in Region 2, 3, 5, and 6. As such, on Tuesday, the government hosted a widespread consultation session with officials from those regions, comprising farmers, engineers, and other stakeholders.
If you can't manage it and deal with these volumes of water that accumulate in shorter periods, then you're going to constantly have an issue of flooding and loss of crops and loss of livelihoods and discomforting people. So you have to adapt to climate change.
The management of water resources forms part of the expanded low-carbon development strategy, LCDS 2030, which was unveiled last year, October, by President Dr. Irfan Ali.
So we cannot reverse the concentration of greenhouse gases. And we are not the ones pumping out most of these greenhouse gases. I saw recently an NGO in Guyana went to the court to ask the court to stop us producing oil and gas here because we are causing climate change. Well, it's the stupidest thing I've ever heard. The entire concentration of greenhouse gases so far has been pumped out by the developed world, not the developing world, not Africa or Asia or Latin America. We're not the ones causing climate change. But we live in a global community and we suffer because of the policies globally.
In providing an example of the type of planning that is needed, Vice President Jagdio made reference to the Hope Canal on the east coast of Demerara.
But without that canal today, we would have had to continue discharging water into the Maheka River. It allowed us an essential release valve back into the Atlantic. And so we have seen this similar situation in many parts of our country, particularly the coastal areas. In regions 2, 3, region 2 is a little bit more complicated because of the Pomeroon River there, but 3, 5, and 6.
Jagdio further stressed the importance of this initiative, noting of the dire consequences if left unaddressed.
If we don't tackle the big issues of water management, every single crop or every 2 crops, we'd lose large volumes of our produce And that has not only an impact on the economy, the overall economy of our country, but at the family level.
Reporting for the Evening News, Luana McAllister.
Head of the APNU AFC list of candidates, David Granger, is yet to write the Guyana Elections Commission to extract 2 names to fill the opposition's vacancies in the National Assembly, following the resignation of former opposition leader Joseph Harmon and coalition member Nicholas Henry. Find out more in this report.
This newscast was told that former opposition leader Joseph Harmon has officially resigned as an APNU-AFC Member of Parliament from March 15th, while Nicholas Henry's resignation would take effect on March 31st, 2022. According to Clerk of the National Assembly Sherlock Isaacs, House Speaker Mansour Nadir is in the process of writing David Granger as head of the opposition's list of candidates to start the process of appointing 2 new MPs.
Yesterday, I read the letter. There was one, and the Speaker should have signed it yesterday. I believe it was signed and dispatched to Granger. Granger would have to write the Commissioner National Registration, the Chief Elections Officer, asking him to give him 2 names to be extracted from the list that he submitted before election. Yeah?
Okay. Is there a timeline given for that to happen?
No
or
timeline.
Okay. When contacted today, however, Chief Elections Officer of the Guyana Election Commission, Vishnu Prasad, indicated that he is yet to receive any correspondence from Granger requesting him to extract 2 new names from the opposition's list. The People's National Congress Reform, which is the leading party in the APNU-AFC coalition, has already insisted that its leader, Aubrey Norton, would be appointed the new opposition leader, and is therefore likely to be appointed to one of the 2 vacancies in the National Assembly. There has been no opposition leader in the National Assembly since Harmon resigned from the post in January this year following mounting pressure from the PNC executive. But Attorney General and Legal Affairs Minister Anil Nandlal has expressed that it might be a long time before a new opposition leader is appointed.
The leader of the list of APNU-AFC, Mr. David Granger, is first required to write to the Chief Elections Officer to say that these 2 persons have resigned and append their resignation letter and request of the Chief Elections Officer to extract 2 names that the leader of the list must indicate who those names are, and it is the Chief Elections Officer who then writes the Parliament and say, put these 2 names in instead of Nicholas Henry and Joseph Harmon. I don't think that that process has been completed. So we may be very far away from getting a leader of the opposition.
Meanwhile, the Dr. Irfan Ali-led government has already indicated its willingness to meet and work with the new opposition leader. Reporting for the Evening News, Vanu Manikchand.
U.S. Ambassador Sarah Ann Lynch has underscored the importance of maintaining democracy in a country as she explained how her government has, over the years, helped Guyana to decrease opportunities for corruption in public office. Shane Marks reports.
Delivering remarks at the launching of UG's Master's Degree Program in Strategic Development Studies, U.S. Ambassador to Guyana Sarah Ann Lynch contended that the failure of delivering democracy can only worsen the chances of creating a country that is free of corruption.
In Guyana, the U.S. has helped build the capacity of public institutions like the Defense Force, the Police Force, the Guyana Revenue Authority, and the Justice Sector to increase institutional transparency and accountability to Guyanese citizens, thereby reducing opportunities for corruption.
However, she noted the importance of information sharing, among other things, between regional partners.
We also encourage civil society organizations to develop and grow and to hold government to be transparent, accountable, and responsive to citizen needs to further reduce corruption.
Ambassador Lynch noted that even as Guyana continues to build its security strategy, the U.S. would remain a dedicated development partner. According to her, the master's degree program being launched is of a critical importance to Guyana at this juncture of its development.
I believe that this master's program is a critical initiative at an important time in Guyana's history. And as education is a top U.S. foreign policy priority, we will continue to collaborate with the University of Guyana and other stakeholders involved in this program to ensure its great success in preparing the next generation of strong, capable, risk-taking, strategic leaders to help Guyana along its journey to success. Congratulations to all who are involved in putting this program together.
Lynch also lauded the U.S. Guyana Security Corporation and the successes it has had over the years. Shane Marks, The Evening News.
Stay with us. More news ahead.
Now for the cake, we got with flour, with sugar, vanilla essence, cola essence, pine essence, the ginger powder, cinnamon powder, and
Why are you doing all the fancy season? They won't even open yet.
Radhika, the followers can hear you on TikTok live.
What? Credit. You're not ashamed for their on top of TV. I show people how you nasty up my kitchen. Look. Me go upstairs for bed. Right when me come downstairs back here, down here better be spotless and dash away all them stubbornness way they make cake. He not even know for coke. Who just put ginger in cake?
There's a spice cake.
Pepe's has a wide range of ingredients for sweet and savory dishes, available at supermarkets nationwide.
This cat!
Call or WhatsApp us on 220-6237 for wholesale orders.
Radhika!
Pepe's, we put the pep back into your kitchen.
Looking to bring your dream home to reality or simply taking on a home improvement project? Then National Hardware Limited is where you should start. Let us put that touch to your home. Choose from over 1,000 Berger Paint original hues for any surface. We are known for our trusted brands such as Westinghouse, Philips, Satco, Rubbermaid, Pyrex, Gibson Home, and so much more. National Hardware Limited, your do-it-best store, located in downtown Georgetown and industrial site Rheinveld.
Ready, set, go! You cannot afford to miss the excitement of GTT's Easter Supermarket Sweepstake promotion that runs now until April 11, 2022. Simply activate any data plan, pay any GTT bill via MMG, top up $1,000 or more on MMG or via any GTT retail store or agent to enter for a chance to win a supermarket sweep at a major supermarket. First prize, get a chance to sweep up $150,000 in groceries. Second prize, you can grab up to $100,000 in groceries. And for the third prize, you can sweep up to $50,000 in groceries. So what are you waiting for? It's time for you to enter the GTT Supermarket Sweepstake promotion now. Promotion ends April 11, 2022. See press for more details. GTT. Together we connect to this Easter season. Together we rise.
In just 2 years, oil production earned Guyana a whopping $608 million. These funds are being used to build bridges, roads, and other infrastructure to improve the lives of all Guyanese.
You taste the cheese, you hear the crunch. Grab a zoomers and zoom into fun. And with the first taste, you feel like you don't want it done. Blast off to a whole new place with every single bite. The cheesy goodness bring your taste buds alive. So let's just zoom into fun with this wheel-shaped light. Zoomers, zoomers, zoom into fun.
Mobil 1 is more than oil. It's many oils. It transforms at the molecular level. When cold, it's thicker than honey. When hot, it's thinner than water. Mobil 1 adapts and readapts to last longer. 16,000 kilometers between oil changes. That's your engine evolved.
Guyana is the authorized distributor of Mobil